Hello, and welcome back to Pod English Stories, friends. I'm Maya, and I'm here with my wonderful co host, Leo.
Hey there, English learners. I'm Leo, and as you can see, I've got my morning coffee right here with me.
Good morning, Leo. How are you feeling today? You look energetic.
I'm feeling fantastic, Maya. I had a great night's sleep, and this coffee is definitely helping me wake up. How about you? How's your morning going?
Oh, I'm doing wonderful. I had a lovely breakfast, some fresh fruit and yogurt, and I'm really excited about today's lesson. I think our viewers are going to love this topic.
Absolutely. Speaking of which, Maya, I have a quick question for you. Are you ready for today's English adventure?
I am more than ready. And speaking of questions, Leo, I have one for you too. Are you drinking your coffee or having your coffee?
Actually, Maya, that's such an interesting question. I guess I'm doing both. But you know what? That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. The amazing verb have.
That's right. Today we're diving deep into one of English's most versatile and useful verbs. It's like the Swiss Army knife of English verbs.
Perfect analogy. Have is so much more than just to possess or to own. It's everywhere in English, and once you master it, your English will sound so much more natural.
You know, Leo, I remember when I was first learning English, I was so confused by have. I kept thinking it only meant to own something, but then I heard people saying have breakfast and have fun. And I was like, wait, how do you own breakfast?
Oh, that's such a common confusion. And it makes perfect sense because in many languages, you use different verbs for different meanings, but English loves to use one word for many different purposes.
Before we jump into today's lesson, we have a small favor to ask. If you love these warm and easy to follow lessons, please hit that like button right now.
Yes, please. It really helps our channel reach more English learners like you. And don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you never miss our daily conversations.
Your support means everything to us. We read every comment and love connecting with our English learning family around the world.
So, are you ready to master the verb have and sound like a native speaker? Let's get started.
Let's begin with the most basic use of have, showing possession or ownership. This is probably what you learned first in your English classes.
Right, when we want to say we own something or it belongs to us, we use have. For example, I have a car. She has a beautiful house. They have 3 children.
Let me give you some personal examples. I have a house with a small garden. It's not huge, but I love spending time there in the mornings, especially when the weather is nice.
And I have 2 brothers, one older and one younger. My older brother lives in California and works in tech, and my younger brother is still studying at university here in town.
Oh, and I have a very dramatic gray cat named Smokey. She's absolutely convinced she's the queen of the house, and honestly, she probably is. She has this way of looking at me like I'm her personal servant.
Cats definitely have that attitude. My family has a golden retriever named Max, and he's the complete opposite. He thinks everyone is his best friend and he has unlimited energy.
Notice how natural have sounds in all these examples. We're not just talking about objects, we're using it for family relationships, pets, and even abstract things.
You can also say, I have a job, I have a problem, I have an idea, or I have a question. It's so versatile.
And here's something really important. Don't overthink it. If something belongs to you, is part of your life, or is connected to you in some way, you can probably use have.
You know what's interesting? In some languages, you might use different verbs for different types of possession, but in English, have covers almost everything.
Exactly. It makes English simpler in some ways. Whether it's a physical object, a family member, a feeling, or an abstract concept, have is usually your go-to verb.
practically. Let's practice a few more examples. Maya, what do you have in your bag right now?
Well, let me see. I have my phone. I have my wallet. I have some lip balm. I have a small notebook where I write down ideas. And I have way too many receipts that I need to throw away.
I can relate to the receipts. In my backpack, I have my laptop, I have some notebooks, I have a water bottle, I have a phone charger, and I have a book I'm currently reading about photography.
See how natural that sounds? We're using have to describe everything we carry with us. It's such a fundamental part of English.
Now, here's something really important. We also use have to talk about characteristics and qualities. For example, she has beautiful eyes. He has a great sense of humor. This city has amazing restaurants.
That's such a good point. We can say, I have curly hair, I have a good memory, I have a lot of patience, or I have trouble sleeping sometimes.
And we use it for temporary states too. I have time right now. I have energy today. I have space in my car if you need a ride.
Perfect. Now, let's move on to something that might surprise you, using have instead of eat and drink in many situations.
This is where have gets really interesting. In textbooks, you might see eat breakfast or drink tea, but native speakers very often say have breakfast and have tea.
That's right. Have breakfast, have lunch, have dinner. These are the most natural ways to talk about meals in English.
For example, instead of saying, I eat breakfast at 7 a.m., most native speakers would say, I have breakfast at 7 a.m. It just sounds more natural and conversational.
And it's the same with drinks. Let's have some coffee. Would you like to have tea? I'm going to have a glass of water. These all sound more natural than using drink.
I think the reason is that have makes it sound more like a social activity or an experience rather than just the physical act of consuming something.
Exactly. When you say, let's have dinner together, it sounds warm and inviting. Let's eat dinner together sounds more mechanical somehow.
Let me show you how this works in a restaurant situation. Imagine you're ordering food. You wouldn't say, I want to eat spaghetti. You'd say, can I have the spaghetti, please?
Or, I'll have the chicken salad. Could I have a Coke? We'd like the special, please. This is exactly how native speakers order food.
The word have in these situations doesn't mean possess, it means consume or experience. It's a completely different meaning of the same word.
And here's a useful tip. When you're talking about a specific meal or a specific drink in a social context, have usually sounds more natural than eat or drink.
Think about it this way. Eat and drink are very direct physical actions. Have is softer and more social. Let's have dinner together sounds warmer than let's eat dinner together.
Exactly. Have creates a sense of experience and enjoyment, not just the physical act of consuming food or drink.
Maya, what did you have for breakfast this morning? I'm curious.
I had Greek yogurt with fresh berries and a little bit of honey, and I had green tea instead of coffee today. I'm trying to cut down on caffeine. What about you?
I had scrambled eggs with cheese, some whole wheat toast, and of course, I had my usual 2 cups of coffee. I know I should probably cut down too, but I just love my morning coffee ritual.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying your coffee. See how natural that conversation sounded? We used had for both food and drinks, and it flowed perfectly.
And notice we can also use have for snacks and treats. I had some chocolate. Let's have ice cream. I'm going to have a cookie.
This is especially useful when you're being polite or offering something to someone. Would you like to have some cake? Sounds much nicer than do you want to eat cake?
Now, let's talk about using have to describe health symptoms and physical sensations. This is super important for everyday communication.
When you're not feeling well, you'll use have to describe your symptoms. I have a headache, I have a stomach ache, I have a sore throat.
This is especially important when you're talking to a doctor or explaining to someone why you can't come to work today. I'm sorry, I can't come to work today. I have a fever.
Other common health expressions with have are I have a cold, I have the flu, I have allergies, I have a toothache, I have back pain, I have a migraine.
And it's not just negative health things. You can say, I have a lot of energy today, or I have good eyesight, or I have strong muscles from working out.
You can also use have for temporary physical states. I have goosebumps, I have butterflies in my stomach, I have a runny nose.
Here's something interesting. We use have for pain in specific body parts. I have a pain in my shoulder. I have an ache in my legs. Or I have a cramp in my foot.
And now let's talk about experiences and activities. This is where have becomes really fun and expressive.
We use have with so many activities and experiences. Have fun, have a good time, have a rest, have a break, have a conversation.
These aren't about possession at all. They're about experiencing something. I had a great weekend. We had an amazing vacation. Did you have a nice day?
And here's something beautiful about English. We use have to wish good things for people. Have a wonderful day. Have a safe trip. Have fun at the party.
You can also use have for activities. Have a meeting, have a class, have a party, have a shower, have a nap, have a walk.
It's interesting how have connects us to our experiences. Instead of just saying, I showered, we say, I had a shower. It makes the experience feel more complete somehow.
That's a great observation, Leo. Have makes activities feel more like experiences we're choosing to engage with, rather than just things we do mechanically.
Let's practice this. Maya, what kind of experiences did you have last weekend?
Oh, I had such a lovely weekend. On Saturday, I had brunch with my sister. Then we had a long walk in the park. In the evening, I had a relaxing bath and had an early night. Sunday, I had a lazy morning and had a video call with my parents.
That sounds perfect. I had a busy but fun weekend. I had a tennis match on Saturday morning, then I had lunch with some friends. In the afternoon, I had a nap because I was tired, and in the evening, I had a movie night at home.
See how have makes all these activities sound more like positive experiences rather than just things we did. It adds a sense of enjoyment and choice.
Now, let's quickly touch on have to. This expresses necessity or obligation. It's like saying must, but more common in everyday speech.
I have to work tomorrow. She has to study for her exam. We have to leave early. It means something is necessary or required.
The negative is don't have to, which means it's not necessary. You don't have to come if you're busy. I don't have to work on weekends.
Be careful not to confuse don't have to, not necessary, with must not, forbidden. They're very different meanings.
For example, you don't have to wear a tie means it's optional, but you must not wear flip-flops means it's not allowed.
Now let's talk about some common mistakes that English learners make with have. This will help you avoid these errors.
The biggest mistake I hear is with feelings and states. Students sometimes say, I have hungry or I have tired, but these are wrong.
That's right. You should say, I am hungry, I am tired, I am thirsty. We use be for states and feelings, not have.
But you can say, I have a problem, I have a headache, I have an idea. The difference is that these are things you possess or experience, not states of being.
Here's a simple rule. If you can put a or an before it, you can probably use have. I have a cold, I have an appointment, I have a question.
Another common mistake is forgetting to use have in perfect tenses. I have lived here for 5 years, not I live here for 5 years.
And remember, in questions and negatives with have, we often use do as a helper. Do you have a car? I don't have time, not have you a car.
Don't worry if this seems confusing at first. The more you listen to native speakers and practice, the more natural it will become.
Here's a quick exercise. Try to replace eat and drink with have in your daily English practice. Instead of I eat lunch, say I have lunch. Instead of I drink coffee, say I have coffee.
Now let's do some shadowing practice. This will help you get the rhythm and pronunciation of have in natural sentences.
Maya will say a sentence slowly and clearly. Repeat after him, trying to match his tone and rhythm exactly. Ready?
I'm having a wonderful day.
Great. Now try this one.
Do you have a reservation?
Excellent. One more.
I have to go now.
Perfect. Let's try a few more for extra practice.
Let's have coffee together.
Wonderful. And this one.
I had such a great time.
Excellent work. Remember, shadowing helps train your mouth muscles and your ear for natural English rhythm.
Don't worry if it feels awkward at first. Even native speakers practice pronunciation when learning other languages.
The key is consistency. A little practice every day is much better than a lot of practice once a week.
Here's your homework for this week. Try to notice how often you hear have in English movies, songs, and conversations. You'll be amazed.
And try to use have in your own speaking practice. Instead of I eat breakfast, say I have breakfast. Instead of I drink coffee, say I have coffee.
Remember, making mistakes is part of learning. Every native speaker made thousands of mistakes when they were learning to talk as children.
Let's do one more practice round. I'll give you a situation, and you think about how you'd use have to describe it.
Great idea. Imagine you're telling a friend about your morning routine. How would you describe what you do?
Well, I'd say I have breakfast around 7 a.m., then I have a quick shower, and I have my first cup of tea while reading the news.
Perfect! Now, imagine you're not feeling well and calling in sick to work. What would you say?
I'd probably say, I'm sorry, but I have to call in sick today. I have a terrible headache and I have a fever. I think I have the flu.
Excellent examples. See how naturally have fits into these real-life situations?
Now let's quickly review what we've learned today. We covered 5 main uses of have.
First, possession and relationships. I have a car. I have 2 sisters. I have a cat.
Second, meals and drinks. Have breakfast, have tea, have dinner, instead of eat and drink.
Third, health and physical sensations. I have a headache. I have a cold. I have allergies.
Fourth, experiences and activities. Have fun, have a good time, have a meeting, have a shower.
And fifth, we touched on have to for necessity and common mistakes to avoid. That's a lot to cover.
The most important thing to remember is that have is incredibly versatile. Don't be afraid to use it in different contexts.
Now it's time for today's question. We want to hear from you in the comments below.
What do you have for breakfast? Or do you have any pets? Use have in your answer and practice what we learned today.
Don't worry about making mistakes in your comments. We read every single one, and we love seeing you practice your English.
And if you see other students' comments, feel free to reply and practice having conversations with each other. That's what this community is all about.
Also, try this challenge. For the next week, pay attention to how often you use have in your daily English practice. You might be surprised.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today and learning about this amazing verb. Your dedication to improving your English is truly inspiring.
Remember, if this video helped you understand have better, please share it with your friends who are also learning English. Learning together is always more fun.
And don't forget to subscribe to Pod English Stories if you haven't already. We're here every day with new conversations and lessons.
Hit that like button if you enjoyed today's lesson and ring the notification bell so you never miss our daily English practice.
Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself. And remember, every time you use have correctly, you're getting closer to fluency.
We'll see you tomorrow for another exciting English conversation right here on Pod English Stories.
Until then, keep practicing and stay happy. See you in the next one.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful day. And remember, you're doing amazing.
Bye.